White was on a podcast, and he was ranting and raving, but through his ranting and raving, that nigga be spitting sometimes. Yeah, so as he was talking on the podcast, they was basically saying, hey, we need to be able to work with other black men and people in the community. He said, I can't work with no nigga that don't have a good relationship with his baby mama. Because you ain't got a relationship with your baby mama, so how are we supposed to work together? Because two people who came together to form a child, they can't get along, but I'm supposed to be able to do business with him and work with him. And then he talked about baby mama and baby daddy culture and about how people doing this and about how people are part-time daddies because you're not in the house. So it don't matter if you're taking care of your kids, but if you ain't in the house with your kid, you still a part-time dad. It's not the same. And he starts saying, my kids don't know what it's like to not know what it means to have their father in the house. It's a lot of people in the black community. It's a lot of black people in the community that can't say that. So we've talked about it a couple times, but let's dive deeper into baby mama, baby daddy culture in the black community. Like, what's y'all thoughts on what Charleston White said? And just what's y'all thoughts on just how we, as of 2026, are treating baby mama, baby daddy culture?
Let me speak on this. I kind of feel now that it's okay to have a child with a woman I'm not married to. Because your baby mama is not your wife. You see what I'm saying?
There's a difference for sure.
Yeah. So if I mess around and messing with a chick and she gets pregnant, oh, that's baby mama. That's not my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta make sure my kid is straight. And if I got enough money, I might be able to help out too with her, but it's not mandatory. I just got to make sure my child is straight.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's just cheaper to have a baby mama. It's just cheaper to have a baby mama. Sometimes it's just cheaper to have a baby mama.
I think that's what he's saying about the culture and how
it's not the culture because white folks
are changing. No, it's us. Yeah. I ain't gonna put that on white people. That's us. We have.
So you think so white folks ain't having kids out of wedlock?
No, I didn't say white people weren't having kids out of wedlock. I said our culture did not come from that, and that is what our generational changes are morphing us into as a people. I personally don't want to be nobody's baby mama, and that's not just because I'm saying that because I'm a woman. I don't want that for my children. I don't even want to be a single mother I don't even want to be a single mother through divorce. I don't give a damn about how much money he got. Is he gonna help me raise these motherfucking kids?
Yes.
Raising kids is not easy. You have to be I want an active father, meaning I want a active, healthy marriage, meaning I'm willing to fight for a healthy, happy marriage and do what's right. He do what's right. We live right. It's not hard. I think we make shit more hard than it has to be.
So it's okay if he has 5 others?
No, I'm not talking about Africans. I'm talking about us as black people and the cornerstone of what our traditional values once were versus what they are now. No, not 5
so
wives.
I can't have
no great grandmother that had no husband that had 5 wives.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about African people. I'm not an African
We are
person.
African descent.
Yeah, I'm talking about black.
We're talking about foundational black people.
I'm not talking about back before the mothership. I'm talking about right here when we've been in America and came over here with values.
It's 100 women. Nicole, I feel, but it's 100 women to 1 man.
I understand that.
Okay. I didn't mind 100 women.
I didn't say it was on the man. I said as black people of today's time, we are losing the essence of what our culture was founded on.
I'm saying I need enough money to support my 100 wives and my 300 kids.
So I'm saying,
but the money ain't the problem. It's your broken family where you got kids. Like, we look at Nick Cannon with all these kids. Now you starting to see these grown, almost adult kids speaking out about how they did not have a good relationship together with their father. They had segmented aspects of their father. That's no different than what Levert said earlier with watching y'all have a household with your father in it. Maybe they weren't perfect, but they were there. They try to be present versus a segmented relationship. Yeah. It makes a big difference.
But you got to think at the same time, it was segmented.
And they also said that they only have one sibling or something like that. They
don't count the rest of them?
One of Nick Cannon, the female twin of Mariah Carey said that I only have one brother, and that's basically my twin. Them other people is just, my half siblings.
That's crazy though. That's their blood, and that's what their narrative is going to be.
But when you don't grow, and I'm gonna say this right here, part of being siblings, part of being that's my brother, that's my sister, is we was in a household together.
That's true.
So we experienced moms and dads ire the same.
Yeah.
Like we saw the ups and downs growing together. Like we came through the struggle together, or we came through the prosperity together. So I saw the growth versus, that's my half brother, but he lives on the other side of town. He got two parents in the house, so I got one mom. I got this going on. He got that going on. I'm struggling to get someone to pay for my baseball gloves so I can play baseball, whereas he's taking trips to Peru and India and stuff like that. We're not living the same life, so we might be disconnected. I might only see you once, let's say twice a month. But when you have a sibling that you grew up with, which, especially three halves of the table can say they had a sibling they actually grew up with, that's different. It's almost like you attached to the hip to that motherfucker. Like there's times where you might say, damn, man, I don't want to be associated with this nigga. I'm tired of motherfuckers when they see me, they see my sibling.
Yeah, and young Drew.
And see, as a child in the family that did not grow up in a household with no sibling, let alone the one sibling that I'm aware of, we have a huge disconnect. I don't have a bonded relationship. I have more of a bonded relationship with y'all than I do with him, and that's with all due respect. It wouldn't be no surprise if I said that to him. I even jokingly one day was talking to one of my homegirls, and I said, when I get married, I would rather, I won't say who, but I would rather this particular person be the person to walk me down over my own brother, my flesh and blood. Even if it's half, he's still my brother. I've always claimed him as my brother. I just don't talk about him much, right? Because like you said, you don't have that bondedness. We didn't grow up in the same household. We may have a lot of similarities, but your mindset is different than my mindset because we wasn't raised up under the same soil. We wasn't brought up by the same person. So the way
we didn't
was
go through the same struggle
was different than what I was parented, and do create a disconnect. So I think all of those play a factor.
When I got picked on in school, guess what? You wasn't there to protect me. When you got picked on, I wasn't there to protect you.
I won't say that because my brother definitely ran down on a nigga for hitting me.
I mean, that might happen, but it's like I was in school with both my brothers, and when something happened to my brothers, I was there in real time.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been in a neighborhood where somebody tried to jump my brother, and me and my other brother had to intervene. So like that just creates a different level of bondage. So like to Charles and White's point, like this is harmful in the Black community to create broken homes. Especially, I'm gonna say this as someone who doesn't have kids. Me and Rose has talked about this all the time. I know Rose. I'm going off of what he said in the past to me when we've had these conversations. You can't compare Rose to other fathers because that nigga was in the house being a father every day. And I've never disagreed with that sentiment because I'm saying this as someone who was not raised with my father. I think it's different. I don't care how much money you send your kid.
Yes, sir.
Like I played football. Football is one of the most manly sports you can play. I ain't have my father watch my games. I was at practices and I saw other players had their fathers at practices and talking to the coach. My father wasn't there. I was lucky enough to have my grandfather come to some of the practices. I was lucky enough to have my grandfather at all the games. When you get in Boy Scouts, in Cub Scouts, your mom can go camping with you. In Boy Scouts, they don't allow women to do that. You might can have a male do that with you. My mom, she went to every camping trip when we was in Cub Scouts. And my mom is one of the most girly women you will meet. She didn't like that shit. When we got the Boy Scouts, she could not come to none of the camping trips. But because my father was not involved and my grandfather was too old, hey, we ain't had no male, and we just had the Scoutmasters. That's all we had. So it's a difference between having a male role model, a father figure in the house 24/7, someone to actually see your boo-boo, someone to actually help with your homework, someone that you can talk to every single day about, I'm trying to take this girl to prom, this and that. I had prom dates both my years when I went to prom. And literally, I had to go to my granddad to ask him about, hey, how should I ask this girl to prom or whatever? And this nigga giving me fucked up advice. He giving me that civil rights advice on how to ask a girl to prom.
Back in
1965, this is how you used to talk to girls.
Just talking.
You know? Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't listen. Hey, and it was MJH. I can't get jiggy with this shit. So, you know, like, but I feel Charleston White though. It is completely different when you have that father in the house. And I feel him on the sense of, how can I bond with a man who ain't raising his kids? And I've always had that mentality. In my particular friend group, I don't fuck with no niggas that don't raise their kids.
Right.
I don't fuck with no niggas that don't take care of their kids.
Right.
And that's no disrespect to you other niggas. In fact, my bad, that is disrespect to you niggas out there that don't raise your kids. Because you out here creating babies and you ain't man enough to say, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Now I understand you might have a fucked up baby mama, so some shit might happen or whatever, where you can't be there every single day. But for you to not be like, I'm just gonna ignore this thing that I created, man, that's some diabolical shit to me. Rose?
Yeah. What he was saying was, he always says it, makes things sound crazy when he says it. And Buddy was trying to argue with him, like, man, my baby mama effed up. My baby mama effed up. And he's like, we ain't talking about that. You not doing what you're supposed to do. I ain't never had no bastard kids. He said, I ain't never had no kids out of wedlock. Like, he was just doing all. He does a lot. He does a lot, and sometimes he does too much. But yeah, he does be spitting sometimes. I ain't have a problem with what he said. You can still do business with some people, but I guess when it comes down to like what's your moral standpoint, like I guess that if your moral standpoint, if you don't trust people that don't take care of their kids, then yeah, you can't do business with somebody you can't trust.
Right.
So if that's your moral standpoint, but then sometimes some people are okay people, but just don't take care of their kids, and then yeah, you always look at them sideways like, oh yeah, you're not taking care of your kids. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. But I don't know a lot of people that don't really take care of their children. I might, but I don't think I hang with anybody. Well, I do know a couple people, yeah, like that. But I don't. And it's funny, like, because I don't really they don't talk to me about their kid, and I don't talk to them about the kid. It's like they don't even have a kid.
Right.
But there are some people, yeah. But I think that you should be there for your kid, and you should be able to spend quality time with them, and that will help them. And you go from there. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't gonna work out the way you want it to all the time, but you have a better chance of it being a successful story than if you're there than if you're not.
That's true.
Yeah, man. Now for sure. I think what makes the conversation so difficult is a lot of men got to look in the mirror, like you like to say with Michael Jackson, and own up to their failures in some of these situations. Because, like, for you to be a father and for you to not be doing what you're supposed to be doing for your kid, I feel like we don't in the black community probably harp on that enough sometimes. Because there's a lot of niggas who are friends with people that they know they don't take care of their kids. Like I said, I don't really have no friends that I just know they're not taking care of their kids.
But you have associates, you know.
No, I might have associates, but that's why they're associates. But like they're not people I really deal with like that. Because I don't feel like morally, if you think it's okay not to take care of a child that you brought in this world, I just feel like morally we can't be friends.
I don't even know how they family members be allowing that shit.
But a lot of them do, because like I have a partner that, yeah, he paid child support, but he didn't take care of the kid.
You ain't at none of the fun. Like, my people used to get together, bro. Like, they get together about everything. I had a cousin that lived right down the road on the corner here. For a little while, we went to the same school for a minute together. Yo, like, they party. They get together for everything. And it's like, this nigga is the only person that's showing up without his kids. Like, you ain't asking about us. Auntie, uncle, you ain't mentioning.
I think it's just like, different with family, though.
That's crazy
to an extent, like, unfortunately, you can't really choose your family.
No.
So like you kind of have to be bonded to these people. Now you can try to hold them accountable, and you can tell them, I don't agree with your lifestyle and this and that. But like with friends, you can kind of be like, and I've said this on the pod when we've talked about cutting friends off. I've had some friends that because they had certain ideologies I didn't flow with, nigga, we don't fuck with. And I fucked with them in high school. But once I started seeing like you on some goofy shit, I can't be around that type of shit. It's just easier to cut that off versus then this is my blood brother, this is my mom, this is my uncle. Like I'm always gonna be connected to this person. I might not fool with them the way I fool with this auntie and uncle, but that's still my auntie and uncle on this, on this tip. So like I can see that, but as far as a friendship, nah, man. For me personally, I can't speak for no other grown ass man. For me personally, if I just know you're not taking care of your kids at all, so you're not even doing child support, the bare minimum. You're not even doing child support. You're not seeing your kids. You're not doing visitation. Yes, morally, we just not on the same tip.
Head, bro. I'm that type of nigga, you come around, I'm gonna bust your motherfucking head, bro. It is what it is. Nigga, when I see you, your ass through, bro. Come out the mouth wrong, you say something wrong, you do something wrong, nigga, I'm gonna bust your motherfucking head. Fuck to the white meat, nigga, you might not see life no more, bro. That's a promise. There ain't no threat.
So before we wrap it up, let me ask a question. Why has, especially in our community, baby mama, baby daddy culture become so accepted, so tolerated?
That's what I said. I don't know what's. I do know. That's deep. I think it's a little bit of the back curl of the whole systemic thing of taking the black man out of the household, having the women and the children all live in the projects. It's always gonna be about money.
It's about money.
I think
Section 8 is my baby daddy. Section 8 is my husband.
These bitches be with these niggas and they don't never get married and still don't want to get married. Live with these niggas. Common law then became too damn common. Because then I get this money, I get this bread, and I'm not, Another aspect of it is I think some people are just. It sounds cliche because I'm the woman of the group. I think some people just scared. They don't want to even. They done seen bad shit in their relationships with their kinfolk or in their own household. They don't know how to commit to somebody. They know how to fall in love. They know how to have sex. They know how to have kids. And when everything good is good, but the moment things are bad, people don't know how to do conflict resolution within their relationships, and they don't communicate. They don't have lasting relationships. I came from generations of people that got married, but they had failed relationships. I didn't see my grandfather. I barely saw my dad. And it's like, okay, now as a woman that's getting up in her 30s and whatnot, I want the whole marriage and stuff like that, but I'm also not in a rush for it. But I know one damn thing, bitches, I'm sorry. I don't have no children. I'm not out here calling nobody my baby daddy because it's not going to be what my heart desire would be to be. That doesn't mean that I wasn't never in a situation where it could have been, but it also means that as a woman, I take accountability. I'm not just putting it on the man to wear the condom and do what's right. Like, bitch, you need to make smart decisions too. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just running y'all in the ground, but I'm just saying we got to be accountable too. So it ain't always just on the
That's
dude.
rare. She said that a lot of women, majority of women, don't mess with it.
No, it's
accountability.
No, that we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear the truth. It's like you could can take care of yourself too, and you know what you are, what your life look like, you know what you want and what you don't want. So if you messing with a dude that all he want is to be a baby daddy, what in his actions led you to believe that he was gonna be a good father to your kids if he ain't a good father to none of his other kids? So at some point you gotta look at that too.
I'm telling you, Nicole, I'm just so busy.
She deep.
I'm trying to get.
She in a bag. She in a bag today.
I work so much. I'm trying to get these degrees. So time is sacred.
Ain't shit that sacred. Listen,
time is sacred.
Y'all bitches gotta watch out.
So I'm
going nowhere. I like staying in the house, but I like the beach and I like the park. But I like staying.
I like walks and stuff. We can
really,
do dinners
really
in the
busy.
house.
My time is sacred because I'm gonna be doing everything.
But if you're around me, I'm gonna need.
But when you come
that.
over, I'm gonna just be feeling obligated to ask you for something.
Hey, women, y'all gotta be more sacred about who you give yourselves to, your energy to, your time to. Because I will say this, I feel like it's become celebrated because
I hope that nigga watch. Levert out there promoting the podcast to niggas whose time is sacred.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, but I feel like it's become celebrated and tolerated because when I look at our celebrity in 2026 compared to when I was growing up in 2004, there's so many female celebrities that will promote the fact that they got pregnant by somebody and they're not married to. Like the celebrity culture in the 2000s was different. There was so many times where someone like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie was getting married. Like they would just celebrate when different celebrities got married. Will Smith and Jada, even though that we know now that marriage is bullshit, we see them on the red carpet and we're like, yeah, they married, they so happy and stuff.
Tony Braxton, Tisha Martin Campbell.
When they got married, it was like, oh, Tisha Campbell and Dwayne Martin married, like this is great, this is dope, this is black love. Oh, it's amazing. Versus now is we see less marriages in the celebrity community and more. I'm popping out and I got a kid. I'm popping out and I'm pregnant by. This is my baby daddy. I love my baby daddy. And it's like
cheaper to have the kid than get married.
And it's like, hold up, bro, hold up. Y'all hoes not getting married no more?
No,
y'all hoes just having kids. And once they started doing it, their fan bases, which is primarily female, especially in the black community, started looking at it like, yeah, this is okay. This is cool. It's okay to just.
But I think that the majority of the women that have kids out of wedlock, it's not like they didn't have a choice to not have kids. I mean, the rules are different in Georgia, ma'am. But I think a lot of times they want to have these kids.
That's what I'm saying. They wanted to. Because there's a lot of women in Georgia, but just in general, who they don't see nothing wrong with being a baby mama. Like I remember in the 2000s growing up, it was a stigma. There was women we went to high school with. When we found out it was pregnant, there was a stigma attached to them.
That's right.
And shout out to one of the women. Hey, Sarah, if you hear this, I'm so proud of you because you've done so much with your life compared to when you got pregnant.
You did that, girl.
Yeah, you are doing your thing. But the stigma around it when we was in high school was that of you're not gonna be able to accomplish your dreams, you this and that.
They created shows like that was a big deal at the time period when we were growing up.
Versus now, it's just so celebrated. Man, I saw a video not so long ago where a 14, 15-year-old bitch basically was pregnant. She in church and the church clapping. They celebrated. And I'm like, man, this is crazy right here. We celebrating this shit? You supposed to be sitting in the back of the church, not saying a word. You supposed to be ashamed.
Homicide.
You supposed to be ashamed. You ain't supposed to kill the baby because God don't want you to kill the baby.
Homicide.
But you supposed to be ashamed.
I don't think you should be sitting in the back of the church.
Now you supposed to be in the back of the church.
Listen, no,
you ain't supposed to. You ain't when communion comes. When communion comes, you don't get no cracker juice. No cracker juice for you.
You can't do that. You're a man of God. You shouldn't sit in the back of the church, baby girl. But you better come with your big girl panties on.
You must be better with the ushers.
And be okay with somebody having some little Christian counsel with you, baby. Don't get offended. People just trying to look out for your best interest. That's all.
Bring back shame.
Yeah.
Bring back abortion.
Abortion ain't went nowhere. It's still here. You might just have to go to 2 states over, but abortion's still here though.